Hey guys, Chris from the Ultimate Recycler. I'm sitting here in the backyard of my shop with a lovely pile of copper. This video was actually going to be part 2 of my shed extension build, and I thought we'll include in one of the episodes a bit of dumpster diving and hopefully finding a bit of timber. Well, as it turned out, I did go dumpster diving. I checked all the skips around town, didn't find any timber, but a bit of potential down the track. However, I did get a lot of copper wire. So I'm turning this video into a little dumpster diving adventure. We went around a lot of the building sites in town. We're only a small town here, but it's really developing. There's a lot of areas where there's new housing estates, and there's a huge big complex being built, which I had a bit of a fossick in, and then I ended up talking to the site managers. So check this video out. I'm doing the introduction after I've done the rest of it, and we'll pick up the entertainment. I've just been looking at a couple of skips. My camera played up a little bit in the first couple, and I didn't really find any building material, but just follow along and see what I did find, and I'll see you at the end of it. Well, not much building materials in this one, but we're not going to leave this wire here. Look at all this. Yep, they can go in the van. Alright, this one's looking pretty full. We got any building materials? There's lots of offcuts. Oh, there's some beading here. Looks like it's just MDF. Not really what I need for my shed. There's some good lengths of it there. Some big blocks here. They just look like they're from pallets or something. Bit of timber, but it doesn't look like to be anything of substantial length. So I just checked these places. Normally when a house is at framing stage, you do get lots of good timber in the skips. But that skip, all it is full of domestic rubbish that I think other people have dropped in, so that's not cool, people. The other ones here, that one was empty, the one further down is actually padlocked. So, alright, let's try another area. Okay, this is a new development area in town, a whole lot of relocatable type buildings, a bit of a complex going on here, and there's a lot more development all this side of town. It's growing rapidly. Every time I come down here, there's new streets. Lots of skips in here. I've just come for a walk. I've parked out on the main road. The whole lot's fenced off, but it's not locked. The gates, the wire gates are actually, you can just walk through them. But I need to come back here during daylight and talk to a site manager, because I don't want to be accused of pinching stuff. But there's a lot of wastage here. I've just found some more wire. And there's quite a lot of building materials. Nothing really suitable for my shed that I can spot at this stage. But there was a pile of timber next to a skip that looks like it would have been earmarked for the dump. But I don't want to take anything, definitely not take anything that hasn't been put in a skip. But I really should go and talk to a manager or something and just see if they'd let me come in, even if while the workers are here or something. Because if we can save a lot of this stuff going to landfill, you know, it's got to be good for everyone. I mean, someone has to pay for these skips, and if there's less rubbish going in them, it's got to be good for everyone except the person that runs a skip company. That's a big sheet of tin, of like, I don't know what you'd call it, flashing, but it's nice and large. It might be handy, but I'm not going to take it now. I might come back tomorrow and see if I can chat to someone. But there's certainly lots of building going on here. I shall move on. There's another area in town that's being developed, so I'll go and have a look there, and we might call it quits for tonight. So I am scoring a bit of wire, but yeah, no real timber to speak of at this stage. Okay, I just left that other spot, and as I was leaving, a couple of guys pulled up in they were driving out in some sort of truck, and I went and had a word to them, and the site manager I've got to go and see is Jack. He's managing the whole site, and I want to talk to him about recycling. Luckily I had my t-shirt on, so I'll go and see him on Monday and just check with him it's okay to do all the skips in there. This area out here is another part of town. There's a house about to go up there. Nothing in the skip yet. There is more streets here, just all set for development. This town's really going ahead. There's another one up there that's being built, and there's a skip in that one. Better go and check that. I'm running out of light here at the moment, but it's quite a pleasant drive around. I'm quite enjoying it, and no one has told me off for looking in skips at this stage. So if they do, I'll give them an Ultimate Recycler business card. Rightio, let's check that last skip and we'll head home. Okay, this one doesn't look much. It looks like they've just done the roofing, and there's a lot of offcuts of tin. What have we got under here? They're just using a crate here, it's not even a skip. Must be a budget builder. Got some insulation here. Oh, look at that, a roll of it. Now I do have stacks of that put aside. So there's no shortage of insulation. I've found that in skips before, they do waste a lot of that. I'll just have a bit of a dig under this plastic. They're big sheets of plastic too, actually. I don't have a use for that. The last thing I want to do is clutter up my yard with stuff that I'm not going to use. Alright, I'll have a poke around here and see if we can find anything. The only thing to come out of there is a 250mm shifter that's lost its adjuster. Still, I might have one for it. If we don't, it can go in the steel bin, no problems there. One last skip on the way home, and we have, oh, more wire. I don't mind if I do. What's over there? No timber, but I'll grab some more wire. Oh yes, now I'm probably the only one here that's going to get excited about a large plastic bottle. It's not apple juice, it looks like it's just water, and that's what I'm going to use it for. I have a water bowl at the front of my shop, and the last plastic bottle I had there, I left out one night and some drunks were playing football with it, and of course it didn't survive. So yep, we'll take that and we'll repurpose it. Okay guys, I'm in the ute. I've just been to see the site managers at this great big complex here. This is actually much bigger than I thought it is. They're building swimming pools, bowling greens, community centres. It's almost a town within a town. So I've got the go ahead. I spoke to two site managers. One of them manages the larger sort of commercial stuff. The other guy's managing all the little houses that we saw earlier. And both of them said they're more than happy for me to come in, have a look through the skips, salvage what I can. They were really interested in keeping stuff out of landfill, so I'm actually absolutely thrilled with that. It's fantastic that they're open to this sort of thing. I thought I may have had a little bit of an issue with, you know, occupational health and safety and whether I had to wear high vis or a hard hat or anything. Obviously, it's not high-rise construction, but no, there's no issues. They just said come in during the day, because if you come in after hours and there's no one here, it looks a bit sus. But I'm really pleased that they were happy to accommodate what I was looking for, and to, you know, really promote saving stuff from going to landfill. So really good news. I'll bring you guys around quite regularly. Hopefully we can find some building materials. We're certainly going to find some good wire and stuff for the scrap bins. So I'm really pleased about that. It's fantastic. All right, we'll see you soon. And we're back in the shop backyard. Let's have a better look at what copper we found. This is the haul, and I wasn't really looking for a lot of copper wire, but hey, we're not going to knock it back when we find it. A lot of this came from the major building complex, all brand new, and it's amazing how much they waste. So I'm going to grab that whenever I can. I figure I'll do a drive around at least once a week. Now some of this stuff is really thick. Have a look at this copper here. Now that's very heavy gauge copper. That's probably well worth stripping. I don't usually strip a lot of wire, but the really thick stuff I do. Even this earth cable here is quite nice. So as it worked out, even without stripping it, we spent around about an hour doing all the dumpsters, just driving around town, and there's not many kilometres. It's a little town, so you know the driving doesn't take a lot of time, and there's very little fuel, although I did leave the van idling all the time. But those two buckets of copper wire, insulated copper wire, the last price I got was a whisker over $4 a kilo. We've got 15 kilograms of wire there, which equates to about $60. That's pretty good for an hour's just driving around having a look and pulling a bit of stuff out of dumpsters. There's always a chance of finding some good timber, which I'm going to be looking for my shed extension. We also found our infinitely adjustable shifter, which I haven't found a thing for yet. I have got a box of them in the shed somewhere, so we might be able to actually bring that back to life. And another little piece of copper, it's like a bus bar, I guess, from a fuse box, and that's nice clean #1 copper as well. I haven't even weighed that in. So let me know if you'd like to come with me for a dumpster dive check quite regularly. I'm mainly going to do that new development area, but I'll also swing around the other residential spots, because a fair bit of this wire actually came from some of the residential skips. So yeah, comment underneath if you'd like to see some of these videos. They're going to be basically the same format. I'll just take my camera, we'll poke in all the skips and see what we find. But they'll be good little filler videos. I won't drag them out too long, But hopefully we do find some building materials for our shed extension, and I need to get back there just after Christmas. I'll probably start cleaning up, and we'll do another episode, because it's going to be a long-term project, that one. Okay guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.